Hey, what's going on? This is E. Jones.
Boy, Black Elvis.
We here representing Bottom to the Top Hoops.
Yes, sir.
Before we get started with the show, I want to say thank you for all your great work in the production.
Thank you.
Elvis has directed and produced all of the shows.
Appreciate you, E. Appreciate you.
And you're doing a great job. Just want to acknowledge that. Then you gotta pay the bills. What's
Hold
up?
up, come on, before we pay the bills, I would like to thank you
Oh,
for the
man.
research that you do. It's obvious. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely get a lot of good feedback on that. And
Yes, sir.
people definitely say, oh man, you guys do a lot of research. That's him.
Yo, man, I'm just working, trying to do a good job.
Yes, sir.
So now it's time to thank our supporters, the people who help us make the show possible. First, want to give a shout out to Mr. Sports, my man Ike, over there in Parkchester. I know they have a couple of locations. Definitely research that, Google it, Mr. Sports. The latest in sneakers, fashion, you know, get all of the gear, all of the dope, newest stuff that you want to cop out for. Definitely check out Mr. Sports in Parkchester and in other locations.
Definitely. Love to give a shout out to our supporter, Kips Bay Boys Club.
Yeah, Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Club, excuse me. Plus, I was an attendee. Wasn't you an attendee?
I was
we was in the building.
Yes,
I remember the Mustangs.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing. They started me with baseball.
Oh, wow.
I remember I played football for the Mustangs.
Okay.
You know? So,
Kips Bay definitely
good luck, man. God bless. Keep doing great things for the community.
Yeah, servicing all of those kids in the Northeast Bronx. The Soundview section.
The Soundview section of the Northeast Bronx.
Okay. So we're going to get right into it, man. Today we're talking about a trending topic.
Yes.
So those of you may know, the NCAA has made a groundbreaking decision.
Yes.
And we'll give our take on that, as well as some of the backstory that led us up to this point.
Absolutely.
What was your first reaction when you heard about it? Where were you? Where did you see it at?
I was chilling. Friend of mine gave me a call and said, "Oh, did you see what's going on with the NCAA?" I said, "No." Funny, 2 weeks before that, I was just having a conversation with her about it.
Oh, wow.
And I was just mentioning that, you know, it's crazy how they're making all this money off these kids. And, you know, they're constantly saying, but these kids are getting free educations. But I'm glad we're talking about it because I'm very opinionated in this area. So, you know, one thing I would love to say is people love saying that these kids are getting free rides, but how many kids are actually graduating? Just, you know how many kids get the ride and compared to how many kids actually graduate?
Well, if you're a high-level basketball player and you have aspirations of being a professional, and that's your goal and your dream, let's just be honest, you know, with the pre-draft camps and the workouts that you have to go with an agent that usually brings you into a location that's not at your school, there's very few kids who actually finish the coursework and make it to graduation. If you even get to your senior year.
Absolutely.
Because the elite kids are one and done or maybe two and done. And even if you're a senior, there's so much stuff that goes into pre-draft workouts. You know, NBA teams are not really working around your availability for finishing up your academic requirements. So if you're a kid who kind of is on top of it and can work it out with your professors and get your classwork and they can understand what your plight is, you know what I mean? I'm sure they'll help you get to the finish line.
No question.
But some people are like, you know what, listen, I'm gonna go get this bag.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, how many are graduating? I don't know what the rate of graduation is.
I know it's low.
Specifically to basketball players. I don't know, so I'm not gonna speak on it, because you know, you gotta figure it's a sliding scale, because the kid who never goes pro from Elon, in North Carolina, maybe they're graduating all of their kids. Maybe some of them going internationally, as opposed to the rate at Kentucky, it may be different.
True.
So it may be somewhere in the middle. I don't know, but that's something for us to research.
Definitely. Well, how you feel about the
Well, I got my phone in my hand, which I never do.
I know.
Right on the show. So I wanted to just kind of read. And let me just say this, Al, man, just from an educational perspective, I had troubles reading allowed when I was in school. It was one of the things that I struggled with.
Wow.
So, you know, public speaking, and now fast forward, I'm doing the show. So, you know, if you have, if you have struggles and you may not be the best academically, or you have, hey, get help, man. That's what I did. I got help. So it says, Fox 5 News, this is where I'm quoting is from. It says, NCAA will permit athletes to be compensated for their names, images, likeness, board of directors of governors says. Now I'm going to just read the first couple of paragraphs so you guys get an idea of what this actually is. This is cited from Atlanta. The National Collegiate Athletic Association will now permit athletes to be compensated for their names, images, likeness of their NCAA Board of Governors. Now, in the association, continuing efforts to support college athletes, the NCAA top governing board voted unanimously to permit athletes participating in athletics the opportunity to benefit from the use of their name, image, and likeness in a manner consistent with the collegiate motto, the Board of Governors said in a release. So, what does that mean? It means, in short, the NCAA has pressure on them.
Absolutely, that's what I was going to say. Beautiful.
And they had to make a move.
They had to do something.
Big shout out to the legislation governing bodies in California.
Absolutely.
Because they went out and said, they moved the needle and they said, we're gonna pass this.
Yeah, we have to do something.
Right, and they were talking 2023. And I'm assuming the water started boiling.
Absolutely.
And, you know, people started to say, like, you know, this was a real conversation. I saw that Jay Williams, who's an ESPN analyst, talked about it. So now, image, likeness, so that's jersey sales, you know,
all paraphernalia.
Yeah, all paraphernalia. What does that, posters with like?
You know it's going to be a gray area.
It is.
One thing we know it's going to be, but at least they're trying to come around.
Well, we don't know if this was well, we kind of know, right? It's almost like they've been forced into it. So I'm going to give them some credit.
You have to.
But it's kind of an asterisk there.
Yeah, because time will tell.
Well, more so, like if you take the initiative to do something, I'm going to give you the pat on the back. Okay. If you're forced into doing it and you do it as a measure of trying to save face, I don't know if that, it's like a half a pat.
Yeah, you don't get the same props.
Yeah, right? So let's just talk a little bit about what this means now. I'm a student athlete. I'm coming out of high school. I'm one of the top 20. I'm a McDonald's All-American.
Okay.
I'm trying to choose a school. What advantage do you have, and how do you put that into your pitch if you're, say, you know, and I'm just picking one of the top schools randomly, Arizona, right? Right? What do you do then?
Well, it's obvious. It's obvious that's going to be a part of the pitch, because if you have a nationally ranked schedule, you're playing all the time on television. Some of your peers' jerseys, you know for a fact is going to sell. That's going to make a difference on what school you go to.
So now, are schools selling economics?
In a way, they are.
So now, my pitch to you is, hey, you're going to get a great education. We're going to take care of your kid. We're going to develop them, him or her, because it's on both sides, right? And we're going to maximize your potential as a student athlete. And we're going to give you a check for $10,000 a month.
If your jersey's selling.
No, so now the coaches have to now, do you bring in the guy from that department, the business department, to sell the kid? Okay, this is the breakdown of how jersey sales work.
Hold up, look, bust this though.
That's
what about I know, you have to go old school.
Yeah.
Yo, bust the YouTube sensations. That means, do they actually come up now? Because hey, I can give this kid a scholarship because of his following. He's gonna get the sales to make the money back.
Well, you still got 3 games. because you got, you.
We're not worried about the YouTube sensation. He's just here for the hype. We got the top 5 kids in the country. We just gonna give him a scholarship just cause. Hey, tweet what's going on. It's about to be a movie, I tell you. Yeah. Hey, come on. Yo, log on, go cop my man Zion jersey. Come on, let's go. Come on, what kind of crap is this? It's gonna get crazy.
But think about it though. Now you got a school with their business department and the coach coming in to give a dual pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go into the economics part of it. Mr. Johnson is gonna explain to you exactly how it breaks down.
Part 1.
Now look, now the parents sit up. Like they're like, okay, you're doing the money part now? Okay, now probably the dad, what did they?
I got this, hon.
So are you saying that when a jersey gets sold, we're gonna get 50% of the sales? How does that come?
How does that go?
Is this backloaded? What, these bi-weekly checks?
The sound scan on it?
Yeah.
How do we know?
Yeah, do I have access to the numbers?
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, when you go into a business deal, you sign a contract and you gotta have access to the information that you're being dealt with.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Is this public domain? Man, the NCAA got a monster on their hands.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the person behind that.
Yeah, it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be heavy actually structuring it.
Yeah, man. So, I'm gonna say this, man. I think there was some things that preceded this. Big shout out to my man that's home, Emmanuel Book Richardson, did 90 days. Man, just a stand-up dude, played in high school with him, man. I was there the whole time trying to support prior to the judgment and during and now after as he transitioned, and he's about to win. He's about to win big, and I feel like he wore that. And I'm gonna just say this, and this is my words. In college athletics, a lot of the times, it's been said that if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I heard that.
So I know that there's a lot of coaches out there that have a lot of integrity, and they have the kids' best interest at heart. But in business, never mind NCAA basketball, oftentimes you will compromise who you are, your morals, your standard for the sake of the betterment of that business. And it could be a little white lie. It could be something that you not willing to even tell your family about because you're ashamed of what you did. Now, I'm no patron saint, and I've done it as well, and I own that. And I think that in this business of athletics, because it is such a big business,
definitely,
there's coaches out there that you got to get it done. It starts at the board of directors, to the university president, to the athletic director, to the head coach, to the assistants, to the director of operations. Everybody's got a job to do. And if these seats are not filled at this arena,
absolutely,
nobody gets paid.
Nobody gets paid.
So I think it stemmed from that. I think it stemmed from guys really, using tactics that may have not have all been within the rules. And some of them might have been something that's buying the kid a sandwich. Just like, come on, what are we talking about?
That was crazy.
You know what I mean? Now, big shout out to Shabazz Napier.
What did he do?
So Shabazz Napier pushed the envelope, and he said, we the hungry Huskies. And when they won the NCAA championship, he was very conscious. He was saying, I'm doing all this for university. I can't even get a meal at night. Or sometimes we don't got, food to eat, or I can't go out and do my laundry. So they created something called cost of attendance. So cost of attendance, the student athletes get a check every month, basically for what it says, the cost of attendance for a regular student. So they get that check because, yeah, man. And they're allowing them to stock locker rooms, and the players are having access to food on an unlimited basis. Gatorades,
but they
water.
should. The school is making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, Shabazz started the conversation.
Shout out to Shabazz, man.
Yeah, and I'm going on record, and Shabazz knows this. There was a time when he was a freshman. I reached out to him, not knowing him. I just knew Kimber. And I said to him, listen, man, this was a message via social media. I said, I see what's going on. And I said, man, your time is coming. Stay the course, man. And I knew he was a pro from the first time.
That's crazy. That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's
man. And he respected it, responded. So that was dope. So with that being said, fast forward, my guy Book, you know, he got caught up in a situation with a, you know, Federal Bureau of Investigations came down him and 4 other coaches, and it was a big scandal. And to be honest with you, you know, I think that really stemmed this conversation. Is like,
they knew.
Forget about that, man. Since the beginning of the time, this thing's happening. Big shout out to Jerry Tarkanian, who's always on the player side.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I'm passionate about this, El, so I can go on for time.
This is what you do.
Yo, listen,
That's
man.
why I'm the co-host.
Look, man. Guys are out there trying to help kids.
Yeah, definitely.
They have resources. This is a conversation that's on the table.
Yeah.
So now, a guy can operate on the level and say, yo, I want to recruit you. You want to make $7 grand a month? You know, with the last guy we had played 2 years here, and he got 80,000 in 2 years.
Yeah.
You want 80,000?
Yeah.
Right?
That's all he said is yeah.
But if you top 20, they like, yo, but I got 100.
Top 20 changed the game.
He like, yo, that 80 is cool, but they offered me 1.2 in China.
The 80 for my mom, though, right? That ain't got nothing to do with me, right?
Because in Australia. So this is the answer to that.
I can't wait till we drop Abdul. Oh, he dropped something serious. I learned so much.
Fox or Shamsuddin?
I'm talking about Shamsuddin when he said he got offered 160. NBA wasn't talking one. He said, I went overseas with it. That's coming. Drop some jokes for all y'all think, all right, I ain't going to the league, so you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going overseas. It ain't that easy.
No.
It ain't
just
that
because
easy.
you played last year don't mean you playing next year.
You dig? So y'all better get it right.
So let's give the recap, man. First of all, the NCAA has made a move, so let's give them their kudos. Give them a round of applause. They made a ruling that players are going to get able to be paid for their likeness. That they got a monster on their hands. Let's get our final take, man.
I just have to say one thing. I am proud and happy that they are taking the initiative.
Okay.
But it's going to be hard. It's a very huge gray area. You know, you're going to have, you know, your top 25. Then you're going to have the other, you know, scholarship athletes. It's just going to be crazy.
So let me just say this. If you ain't popping, you ain't getting no bread.
But that's where I'm going with it. So, I mean, what good are they really doing now? What are they doing now? They're still making the money.
What I'm saying to you is respect to the people like me and you.
Okay.
Right? We get an education, it's a 1-for-1. I'm not really making the university money, so I really shouldn't be benefiting, in my opinion. Because here's the thing.
You're one of the 12.
I am one of the 12, but I ain't, guess what? Michael Jordan didn't get paid the same as Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr got paid for his services.
True.
Right?
True.
So at the end of the day, if I'm Gladys Knight, I ain't get the same money as the Pips.
Yeah, true.
So it's kind of like when you have participation awards. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a competitor, so I get that side when you're a really young kid. But when life happens, like, you get benefit from the work that you do. And if you're the one that's popping, you're the one that should get paid. If they're selling your jersey, you're not getting paid off Johnny Dawkins' jersey when you at Duke now.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So I ain't saying that's right. I'm just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, they are trying.
Yeah.
So we give them some kind of credit, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a collective effort of players, I believe, who's been there, who's moved on and kind of got some business savvy, because it's going to take some savvy, it's going to take some experience, it's going to take a lot.
Advisory board.
And they should definitely create one.
And I did read that there's educators, there are athletic directors, there is university presidents, and current college athletes that are going to be chiming in on these rules and coming up with them. So this stuff is effective immediately, like as soon as January.
Yeah.
So, you know, so are you finished with your take? I don't want to jump in.
Yes, I'm finished. Yep. Come on, you close us out.
So here's my take. I feel like it is a good thing. I feel like it's a step. They've been pushed and they've responded, and they've responded in a way that I feel is admirable. You know, it's you know, playing devil's advocate. Would I have liked it to happen years ago, so some people wouldn't have had to deal with the headache and heartache? Absolutely, but you know, we don't cry over spilt milk. Life happens. We move on.
We move on.
So, to that being said, with that being said, the issue at hand is, how do we move in a way that's going to be beneficial for the universities? Because at the end of the day, guess what? Somebody's got to make the investment in producing these goods.
Absolutely.
So now I got to figure there's an agreement that has to be made with licensing companies.
Absolutely.
Production companies. You know, how does it work for TV and how does it work for print media? Like, it's your likeness.
Yes.
So every time it appears somewhere,
yes,
if the university gets paid for it, you get paid.
That's right.
And what is the percentage on that? Is it equitable? You know, so now there's all kind of steps that need to be taken. So my feel is that it's a good step. I feel like it's an ongoing thing, and I feel like the conversation just has to be continually on the board.
Yeah.
For it to develop and get better and grow.
Yeah.
And the students, athletes' best interest should always be taken into account, which for the longest time it hasn't been. It's always been, we're giving you an education, just be happy with that.
Absolutely, that's what it's been.
So enough people have said we're not happy enough with that, right? Because you don't go into a job and say, I'm the leading salesperson. I know I'm new, but you know, I'm the leading salesperson. I don't care who else is here.
Yeah.
Pay me what I'm worth.
Pay me what I'm worth.
So kudos to all of y'all guys who are going to benefit from it. Hopefully there's some retribution and maybe some guys who've done some great things get the benefit.
They will, hopefully, at least to their children.
Man, they gotta go back a long time. You know what I mean?
Grandkids.
Right?
The great-grands.
They don't think they're going in, they're like, yo, now I'm going forward.
Yeah. They like, we ain't paying.
They don't want one of those ABA deals.
They like, nah, we don't want that smoke.
Man, so in closing, good job, NCAA. Great for all of the coaches and student athletes, professionals, and the bricklayers who put in that work to get us to this point, man. We salute the Oscar Robertsons, the Bill Russells,
yes,
the trailblazers of the game who've got us to this point, because there would be no me and you who are student athletes without those guys. And the many forefathers,
Brown,
who
Muhammad Ali's
came before us, man. That I just want to pay homage to those guys who help us get to this point, and hopefully the young people will understand and recognize that.
Do your homework, do your research.
And guess what, Al?
What?
It's gonna be high school's next.
High school is popping!
But guess what? They're gonna start paying high school players.
It's coming. They already tried to say LeBron got paid. Remember when he was in high school?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, Sebastian Telfair had a $55 million deal coming out of high school. You don't think they gave him something while he was in high school?
I don't know.
I didn't mean to blow it up, but I mean, come on.
But
reality is
guess what, though? We don't know. We ain't speaking on the facts.
Yeah, it's not a fact, but I mean, common sense too.
But guess what, Al? Somebody should probably document that. The high school stories, maybe a program.
Where you going?
What you mean where I'm going?
Where you going with it?
I'm just saying, like, you talk about how you get paid, right? So if somebody sold the high school jersey of a kid who was popular, you know what I mean? Well, how does that work? Who makes the money off of that?
Who makes the money off of that?
Mitchell and Ness made throwback jerseys. They had to do some kind of a deal with the player.
They have to, right? I'm sure.
So now, sooner or later, somebody's airing all of the high school games of a specific school. And then, you know, you could probably do like a web series or something. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It sounds interesting.
It does, actually. You know, maybe we could
What would you name it?
I don't know, man. That'd be interesting. But maybe somewhere, maybe out in Florida where it's sunny.
Mount Verde?
Yeah, that might be too costly.
What do you want to like give back?
The Queens?
X.
Oh, what about that?
Lean back.
Oh.
The Boogie Down.
Oh, doing
it's gotta be a good school in the Boogie Down.
Oh, that we could document.
Harlem.
That somebody could document.
But no, Harlem doesn't have. The Bronx, maybe we can find it in the BX.
Okay. What would that look like? We're getting off topic, man.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it could happen.
It could happen.
You know what? If anybody could do it, you could pull something like that off. Your production and directorial skills, H-class flawless.
So you saying?
I tell you, go to show you, I ain't never really had those jewelry.
Hold on.
I said A-class.
Hold on. You stopped me. My brain stopped.
Okay.
So you saying?
Documentation.
Web series.
Yeah.
So it's consistent. Behind the scene.
Yeah. Educational, athletics.
But it has to be kids that's going to primetime schools.
Well, it probably should reflect kids that are doing both. Kids who are going to primetime schools, middle level schools, JUCOs. Who's doing something?
What
like
school?
That? I don't know.
I'm playing like him now. What school?
I don't know. I mean, we could do our research and figure it out.
Let's do our research. We'll get back to y'all.
Yeah. So we signing out, man. Yo, we gotta keep the content.
He's setting y'all up for this documentary coming, 30 for 30, man. Curveball. You said.
Yo, listen, man, I have so much fun on this show because I get a chance to express my thoughts, opinions, and viewpoints. None of this stuff that we're saying is factual information if it hasn't been read from a source. This is our opinions, and we're not saying we're right. And, you know,
I'm saying we're right.
Like individuals, this guy's talking. But at the end of the day, man, we appreciate you consuming the content. We appreciate all the subscribers and all the viewers who are loyal to us.
Yes, thank you for subscribing.
Keep subscribing, share it, tell a friend and tell a friend. We out, E. Jones.
Black Elvis.
Bound to the top hoops.
We in the building.
BcommTV.
Elvis has left the building.
City Legends.
We out.
It's the sports, we out, yo.
Yes, definitely.